Hey everybody, this is Tiffany from TACCon and Rangemaster, and I've got two awesome guests for the next episode of Meet the Trainers. Here with me tonight, Alan McBee and Guy Schnitzler from Palisade Training Group, and I think they each have their own training outfits as well. Is that right? Or I know Guy does. So I'll get them to introduce themselves, and then we will talk about their amazing new class that's already super popular, got a lot of requests. So Alan, why don't we start with you? Tell everybody who you are.
All right. Thank you, Tiffany. My name is Alan McBee. I'm a co-owner of Palisade Training Group based out of Texas. And, I've been a firearms trainer since the early 90s and basically just kind of became a training junkie. I lived to make enough money teaching to plow into courses. Otherwise, I would have, never passed muster with my wife as to where money was going. But I'm a range master, master firearms instructor, and a range master shotgun instructor, and that class always makes me think of you for some reason.
There's a story behind that. If we have time, I'll tell it.
Oh.
And I've got a few other instructor ratings, and primarily for my background, have some executive protection experience by background, and a lot of that beyond just executive protection was specifically church security, where I was involved with that pretty heavily for a good number of years. And it was through our church security course that this particular block we're going to teach evolved out of. So
nice, very cool. So I'll go to you guys in just a second, but I'll tell the abbreviated version of my story. Alan and I were in shotgun instructor class with Tom together, and Tom, I can't remember if it was Tom or Lynn, but somebody snapped a picture of me shooting, and Alan and I were partners on the line. So he's right next to me, and Tom ended up blowing up the photo and sending it to me for my wall. And Alan's right there in the photo. It's like he photobombed. So Alan, I have a picture of you hanging on my wall in my house. So there you go. Well, that's forever memorialized as shotgun buddies.
Nice.
So with that, let's switch over to you. Tell everybody who you are, please, sir.
Hey, I'm Guy Schnitzler. I'm a co-owner with Palisades with Alan and Steve Moses also. I am in my 30th year in law enforcement. I had 10 years with the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Police Department, and I am in 21 year with the Federal Air Marshal Service. I am currently the defensive tactics instructor for our field office, and that's most of what I do with Palisades is the defensive tactics portions of our stuff. I'm also a range master instructor, and shotgun instructor also. Probably notably, I am the only immediate actions combatives instructor under Cecil Birch. So when Cecil will be there, I'll be helping them this year again, and long having my mats out there for everybody to roll in instead of rolling around in the grass.
Nice. I knew there's another puzzle piece there, and I was going to ask if I didn't know if you were teaching on your own or with Cecil. So very cool. So we had Cecil on yesterday, so now everybody knows that you'll have Guy there to help out in Cecil's classes. But tonight, we're going to talk about your class. Alan and Guy, you guys are teaching gunfighting in crowds, and this is going to be Sunday afternoon. So tell me, we'll start with you, Alan. What can we expect in gunfighting in crowds?
Well, Tiffany, a couple of conferences ago, we taught a block that was styled armed movement in crowds. How to get through a bunch of people heading toward a problem. Again, it's a segment we teach in our church security classes, which has really become kind of a core bit of our curriculum. And we taught it in Oregon. Last year, we're going to teach it in Arkansas, maybe in California. So it's really gotten a lot of interest. And this is another segment out of what we do in the range portion of that class. And this is almost kind of like what to do once you get there, or, you know, say you're jammed up and can't move. But it's basically, you know, you're going to have a lot of excited people around you. You're going to be excited. You've got a problem, a threat you need to deal with. And we can't have errant rounds, you know, going around in an environment like that. And so we're going to work on, they're basically two variables primarily that you can control, which is your proximity to the problem and, you know, the vector along which you're going to launch those projectiles out of your weapon. Since we're dealing with being equipped with handguns. So we're just going to work on some techniques, close proximity shooting, some precision shooting, and some drills to that effect. And then maybe a little bit of scenario work where you've got to get your mind right on what do I need to see? And then once I see that, what do I need to do? And so I think we're going to have some fun. We don't have a lot of time, but I think we're going to make good use of the time that we have. So.
Sounds great. Sounds great. Guy, anything to add?
Yeah, a lot of times when people get out on the range shooting and they think about shooting, they don't think about their environment. So pulling from my work environment, which is really very crowded, linear environment, we're really pushing our guys not to shoot, guys and gals, not to shoot no more than 7 yards, close the distance, get in, hit targets, hit the bad guy where they need to be hit them, put them down. So that means they've got to really know angles, a church environment, Walmart environment, anywhere where you have a high concentration of people, you're going to have to get in and close the distance. And you're also going to have to pay attention where the angles. So, I mean, if you're shooting from a 4 and you punch out and shoot mid-chest level, the question is how close are you? Is your ammo, is your round going to pass through that person? So now you got to start looking again at rule 4, is your target backstop beyond and what's in between it. So that's what we're really going to be focusing on, and what angles and how close you need to be to make those shots to protect people that don't need to be shot.
Wow. I'm having flashbacks to my high school geometry class.
Oh God, thanks. You just made Miss Maples right. Yeah, you need geometry in life. No, I don't.
Yeah, you do. Absolutely. How else are you going to figure out vectors and angles and everything for gunfighting in crowds? Come on now.
Yep.
But if you did not enjoy geometry class, then never fear, you will absolutely enjoy this class with Alan and Guy. That's gunfighting in crowds on Sunday afternoon in Bay 4. Gentlemen, thank you so much for keeping the Palisade Training Group fire going at TACON. I'm really excited to have you back, and I look forward to seeing you in Dallas.
Great. Thank you, Tiffany. Appreciate it.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.